Graham Park here. If you're on the internet and you're on social media, you've probably seen this at some point, Olight. And when I first started seeing them 4 or 5 years ago, I must admit I paid zero attention. I thought this is more cheapo stuff, but it didn't look cheap. And then I started having people tell me that they had bought their things and liked them. So eventually, some night, I decided and I ordered a torch from them, and it was really good. And then I ordered some more. And before I did this review today, I actually went and checked. And between myself and my immediate family with the kids, we've got 21 Olight products now, 4 or 5 years later. And I got to say, I've never had one of them sent back. They've all worked, and they're all really good value. They're like a higher quality item, but in a mid-range pricing. They're not cheap, but their quality's good. They hold up, and they do what they say so far of the goods I've had. So I'm going to have a very down and dirty quick review of 2 items today. And the reason I'm doing them right now is I went out and got them because Olight's running a sale, and Osight is running a sale this week where you can get up to 30% off on the hunting light kit, which comes in this package. And then I'll show you something else you can get up to 20% off. Even if you don't order this week, I'm going to give you a code, a special Shooters Union code. They'll give you 10% off anytime, any place of their products. So this hunting light kit comes in, great little case, and it's got a whole bunch of things in there. You maybe can't see them, but it's got a red light filter, a blue light filter. It's got a remote light switch, which I'll move the gun in a minute and show you, which when you put your hand up on the front of the gun, once it's mounted, it's quite natural to switch the light on and off. So works very, very simply. The whole light comes out. I charged it up. It's a rechargeable. It's got a little magnetic charger on the back. And if you've got other Olights, it fits all of them. Just fits on the back, charges it up through a USB cable, and it's got great instructions. It's well protected in there. This bracket is genius. It just comes, it's such a simple little bracket. I clip it on there. I'm up and running in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and it casts a beam of light that I've been using it for the last month or so. I've shot, I don't know, half a dozen or more hares and 3 or 4 foxes with it. I've shot out to 150 yards, which this is mounted on 22 Magnum at the moment, and it's got a really clear Zero-Tech scope on it. So at 150, that's about all I'd ever want to shoot with the 22 Magnum, but it was only a hare. But it was a clean hit, very clear. On top of the light, you've got a switch where you can switch to different power settings, and the turbo setting you can see for hundreds and hundreds of meters. I just restrict my own night shooting for safety reasons into that sort of 150, 200 yard range, regardless of what gun it's on. This is just a cap that goes on the back. Once again, it's magnetic, and you take the normal tail cap of a light off and you put that on. Then you can fix it on your gun properly. Now you'll see I've just put it on with a bit of tape. Classic cocky farmer, you know, I just did that, but it's worked very well. I can take it off, I can position it, and you're on off, and you can adjust power levels very easily there. It just works. And when I take it off, I just unscrew this big thumb screw, take it off, and I've got a really powerful torch. And the thing will run for like 15 days on a low setting. And to be honest, around the farmhouse and the yards and stuff, the low settings, all it's needed. The turbo setting is like, it's more powerful than what I used to have on some of our spotlights mounted in a vehicle. So that's the hunting light kit. Comes with everything you need. You need a gun. That's what you need extra to go with it. Works really well. I've been using it, as I said, about a month. Hasn't let me down. It's been fantastic. It's on sale. I have to look at my notes. and it's the full price is $386.95 for, no, that's the wrong one. Here we go. $396. Sorry. Be good if I was more organised. $389.95. Now, anytime you order, if you use the Shooters Union code, which is just SUA10, that's all. Put that in, you'll get 10% off. However, this week, they're running a 30% off on these. That's 30% off that $389. That's a really good saving. And this thing works like a dream. And you don't have to spend thousands of dollars like the thermals and things if you don't use them. Now, I want to move to it's called, by the way, the Javelot. It's funny spelling. The Javelot 2 Pro Rechargeable 2500 Lumen Hunting Kit. And when you go on this site, on the Olight site, and if you just put in Olight, it'll take you to the Australian site. Google will take you there. When you go in there, you'll see they have different kits. They have one with a totally remote switch. They have the torch on its own, and you can pick. What I'm talking about is just that kit. The other kits are great. That's just the one I had and the one I worked with. Quite very happy with it. And I've had a lighter there similar to this for about 4 years, and it's held up really well. The other thing I want to do is Olight is moving not only from the lights, but they're moving into optics on firearms. And this, what I'm about to show you, is a red dot. I'll just move this other gun, I think, out of the way. I'll put it down here. And I'll put this one up so it's a little clearer for you. And if you're wondering what that is, that is a Israeli Military Industries, IMI, Timberwolf. They were produced in the 1980s in small numbers. It's a pump action 357 Magnum carbine. It's my favorite pig gun. This thing is just an absolute ball. The problem I've found is that when I go to put scopes on it, it's not right. It sort of overpowers it, or even a lot of red dots are too big. Whereas this little one, which is called an Osight S model, Osight S, that's the sight. And you say, that's an awful big cover. Well, guess what? That cover is like the ones for your iPod. It's got a battery in it. You just put it on and it's charging the thing while it's stored in the safe. And it's such a petite little sight, and yet it's a closed emitter sight. Your range and everything's not going to get in there when you're using it. It's closed at both ends. That's a real thing when you're out in the field. You get a rainstorm, you'll find out about your open emitter red sight. Now, what I've found, it comes up really well. It's just right there. And the beauty of it is you've got a 2 MOA dot, but with one press of a button, you can have a 32 MOA circle instead, or you can press the button again and have the dot and the circle. And it doesn't really show up on the camera if I try and show you, but it's nice bright. You can adjust the viewing. It's got automatic adjustment for the light, and when you're not using it for a few minutes, 5 minutes, it turns itself off, but by the time you grab it, pick it up, it's going. Works like an absolute charm on this. The fastest I've ever been able to shoot with this gun. And when you're finished putting it in the safe, drop that on, and on top it's got this great little thing that tells me how much charge is in that. These are the first people to do this. I don't know why no one in the red dot field's seen it. It's clear. This doesn't have a lot of that bluish tinge. It's really good in low light. Very impressed. It comes in a kit with everything you'd need, just like the hunting torch. They know how to put everything. It's got your adjustment tool for your doing your elevation and your windage. It's got all that in there. It's got your charging cables. It's got spare bolts, spare screws like you wouldn't believe. It's got spare screws for about so many different guns. Anyway, that goes back on. Very simple. It's great. Now, what did we try it on? Well, obviously, we tried it on this, and I think this is where it's going to stay. I just got a little Picatinny footprint rail that Osight sells. In fact, they were out of stock of them. They're so popular when I ordered, and I got a little Zero-Tech one for $10 or something. Works perfectly. I like most Zero-Tech stuff. Then what I also had it on, and I won't take it off for this now, this is a 1911 for those of you who know these type of guns. It's completely unloaded. There's no ammunition in the room. Well, there's no ammunition near the table. And it's in 22 caliber. It's a target gun. It's very, very accurate. Now, all I had to do, this has got quick release mounts on it. I just took those off and I put this on. And when I put this on here, it was absolutely brilliant. Really fast and really accurate. And I used it on this gun for about a month. I think I put 800 or 900 rounds through the gun with this on. Never shifted zero, never failed, worked a treat. And the only reason it came off, to be honest, is I wanted to test it on a rifle, because a lot more of you will use these on rifles than you will on pistols. It's because this can only be used at the range and things for competition. But it worked really well on both. Now, I know they're not high recoil guns, so I can't speak to what happens if you put it on a 458 Winchester or something, but they are rated very highly and they have a lifetime warranty, like all the Osight products. Also, when you order online, there's free shipping. Anyway, that's on sale this week as well. You can get up to 20% off on that, or 10% off whenever you order with our code, the SUA10 code. This is $386.95 delivered to your door. And you can order the plates and everything to put it on whatever style of especially on a handgun, you can have it where it goes on the plates, not on a pick rail. So it's your choice. Very small, fits on a RMR-C plate, which is a compact one. I honestly thought it might be a bit small when I got it, especially on the pistol, because with pistols, a lot of times with red dots, it becomes very difficult for someone to get the dot in the right space very quickly unless you shoot a lot. And haven't shot enough with a red dot on pistols, to be fast. So I thought the smaller window, everything might be harder. It wasn't. It was really good, especially when I turn on the circle and the dot, because your eye catches the edge of the circle, that brings it towards the target, and then it's a go. Anyway, that was been my experience with them. If you go onto their site this week, you can get up to 20% off. But if you go on there anytime and you put in SUA for Shooters Union Australia, just SUA10, and you will get that 10% discount when you do it. Thanks very much.